Okay, I have an original effect to share with you today. It involves 5 pairs of Zener symbols: stars, wavy lines, squares, crosses or plus signs, and circles. So let's go ahead and just have these all face down, all right? Would you like me to stack these clockwise or counterclockwise? Your choice. Clockwise. Okay, so we'll go as the clock flows here. Very good. Now we probably should mix the cards here since we very much know where things are. That's called a mange over-under. Now, one of the best ways and most destructive ways to mix cards is to perform the Australian down under, and that is a true statement. So this is how that goes. You go down, then under, down, under, down. Okay, and it really is the case that the down under and its close cousin, the under down, are highly destructive to virtually every arrangement of the cards that you hope to preserve in any degree. Okay, and now from here, I want to have you sound in here. You're going to make many choices to just mix these cards so that no one could have anticipated the final ordering of the cards, for the simple reason that no one could anticipate the choices that you have and will be making. So I just did a left-right shuffle. How would you like these stacked? It's a free choice. Left on right? Okay. Now a note to you, as the performer, you can deal into 2 piles in this way with random stacking decided by the spectator as the spectator calls for. You truly can. Okay, you want right on left? So we can do this once or 50 times if you would like. And now what I thought we would do is use a couple of the Zener symbols to help randomize the cards. So I'm going to go ahead and just spell circles. C-I-R-C-L-E-S, drop the rest on top, and then maybe squares as well. S-Q-U-A-R-E-S. Okay, and then why don't we go ahead and perform this is called an even up jog. This is where you jog forward the even position cards. Now you just strip them out and then randomly stack according to the spectator's request. You want left on right? Okay. Another note to you, as the performer, you can carry out as many of these as the spectator wants. You truly can. You want left on right? Okay, so we could stop there or perform several more. Now, another great way to mix, it's something called the Charlier 1. And I'll add a link in the description below to this amazing mixing procedure. It's a great way to scramble the cards. Now, at this point, all we're going to do to finish, actually, is Klondike pairs of cards to the table. Okay, so pairs of cards. And you may have noticed off to the side I have a written prediction. Okay, and we'll take a look at that. Let me just slide these up. It's bothering me since I'm OCD. So let's take a look at the written prediction. And just think about all of the choices that you made that I could not have known ahead of time that very much affect what cards are in each of these piles of 2. Okay, well, what prediction did I make that could possibly be true? There will be exactly 2 pairs of identical symbols. Now, if you think about that, it's pretty unlikely because it's saying exactly. So we're not going to have 1 pair of identical symbols, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 0. The claim is there's going to be exactly 2 pairs. Well, let's just take a look at that and see if that's okay. We got 1. Got circles matching. That's a no match, so that's a fail there. That's a fail. No match there. What about here? Oh, a couple of squares. What about here? No match as well. Well, it is in fact true that there's exactly 2 pairs of identical symbols. What's that? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I should have looked. There's actually more here. But which ones? Are you telling me that you're going to now tell me which ones as well? The specific symbols? Oh, the circles and the squares, of course. Whoa, how in the world Could this prediction have been written before all of the random and important choices were made by you, the spectator, throughout this entire performance? That is a miracle. Okay, so how does this work? Well, you just do everything that I did. With these Zener card effects, unless I change my mind, I've decided to not give in-depth mathematical explanations of what's going on. It's for a couple of reasons. First, my videos get too long and hardly anyone watches the tutorials, which kills me on the YouTube platform. And number two, all of the principles behind these are taught extensively on the Absolute Math Magic channel. So there's no new principles being used here, okay? Now there's only one thing I need to make you aware of, and then this will work perfectly. And when I say you can have the spectator decide how many left-right shuffles or up jogs to do, that is true. You can do as many of those as you like, okay? So let me just point out something that will make it work for you, and it's important that you actually do this step correctly. There's various ways of doing it, but the bottom line is when you stack these symbols, it is essential that the circles and squares be in positions 3 or 4 within those 5 pairs. And it doesn't matter if this is in position 4 and this is in position 3, or vice versa. That makes no difference. And so if you think about it, I gave you the choice to stack clockwise. Well, if I do that, this would go on top of that one, on top of this one. That's third now. These on top of that makes that fourth, which is what we need. We need it in positions 3 and 4, and then position 5 is the last. But these are the two important ones. Or if they want counterclockwise, you just pick up here still, stack in this order. So this will be first, second, third, fourth, which is what we need, and then fifth. So that was just a way to guarantee that the circles and the squares are in the third and fourth position as pairs within that packet. Beyond that, you just perform everything that I've done. The spelling out of circles and squares are two identical over-codings, which preserve mirrored structures, just to point you in the right direction relative to the principles taught on my channel. And I have linked in the description below a video to teach you about the Charlier 1 shuffle. And that's a great way to ostensibly mix the cards. So you may want to look at that and learn that one. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.